Monday is the 77th anniversary of Jackie Robinson's debut in Major League Baseball. When he took first base for the Brooklyn Dodgers, Robinson ended 80 years of segregation in baseball. But decades earlier, a team of black players was making a name for themselves in the independent leagues of the Midwest. Now, nearly 100 years later, those players and their contribution to baseball are getting their due and inspiring a new generation of ball players. Charlie DeMar has their story.
Dip it in here and then kind of roll it off.
With each drop of paint, a lesser-known history is spread at the Boys and Girls Club in South Bend, Indiana.
They didn't at first all play baseball.
Nearly 100 years after they played, names like Mitchell, Thomas Poindexter, John Big Pitch Williams, and Dusty Riddle are all getting another at-bat.
They were Foundry Giants. The men played on an all-black baseball team made up of workers from the Studebaker car factory. They played mostly white teams in South Bend's Industrial League in the 1920s and 30s, decades before Jackie Robinson integrated Major League Baseball.
Lots of different types of pinstripes. And
is it art to touch?
Oh, absolutely.
The team's rich history was recovered at the University of Notre Dame's Hesburgh Library.
We have the one photo of the Foundry Giants from the 1920s and have no other references.
Using that single black and white picture of the team and catalogs of uniforms from the time, design professor Clint Carlson and students like Kaya Jones began to reimagine what the Giants' uniforms looked like.
We're able to look at stuff from the 1920s and see, what were people wearing, what were the stylistic choices at that time.
Part of the reason for telling this history is because it's a history of resilience and strength. The time period that they lived in, not dissimilar sometimes to some of the issues we face today.
Jones is a senior at Notre Dame, majoring in Africana Studies and Design.
We made a lot of stencils for these designs that you see.
She learned about the Giants last year and now works on the project as a research assistant and helps lead workshops like these at the Boys and Girls Club, talking with kids about race, representation, and access.
There was more to them than just being a baseball player. They were vital people to the community who made a significant push for black rights in South Bend.
Is that what stood out to you about their story?
Yeah, that's definitely what stood out to me.
Knuckles to the sky, got a point like that?
That unique history now lives at Foundry Field, a South Bend park that was somewhat forgotten, just like the Giants. Now both are getting the applause they deserve.
Whoa!
The public park is slated to open September 1st. So far, the project has raised over $200,000 and wants to raise $500,000 more. That money is needed for stands, lighting, and improvements to the field.
What do you remember about doing this? Was it fun?
Yeah.
On the outfield wall, there's a mural highlighting the work of underrepresented artists and the faces of giants who were overlooked, painted by kids who in large part haven't been part of America's pastime.
Okay, and who can do that all in one motion? Me?
I'm committed to making sure that young black people get a chance to play the game that my father loved, that my father taught me.
Milt Lee is the community director of athletics for South Bend Schools and a partner on the Foundry Field project. He says this diamond represents inclusion and equity in the game of baseball.
I see so many kids who just don't have the skill set, they don't have the mentors, they don't have the access, they don't have the equipment. This field and these people can help provide that for these kids.
Maybe grow some major leaguers right here in South Bend.
Grow some major leaguers right here in South Bend.
A baseball field devoted to honoring forgotten and marginalized teams of old.
On your mark, get set, go!
Now a symbol of what's possible. For CBS Saturday Morning, Charlie DeMar, South Bend, Indiana.
And baseball is that for so many kids. I remember with my son, he was a butterfinger. But when he learned to throw and catch that ball, his world changed. His friends changed. It was just a game changer.
Sports is an opening. I was just thinking that's one of the things I love about it. Like, look at all those different angles from it, from sports, all from sports.
Sports is life-changing. I love it so much.